You are Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church. We've heard this so often. Peter's name comes from the Greek word Petros, which means rock. But Peter himself was sometimes pretty rocky, let's admit. Impulsive, quick to speak, put his foot in his mouth at times. You will never wash my feet. God forbid that you should suffer, Jesus. Tell me to walk on the water, okay? And finally, I do not know the man. That's Peter. And yet, this is what Jesus chose. It's so typical of Jesus. Jesus does not wait for perfect people. Thank goodness, right? He works with real people, with weaknesses, failures, sin. Remember the parable of the wheat and the weeds. Shall we pull up the weeds? Jesus says, no, let them grow together. Jesus never seemed to have a problem with sinners. His problem was, well, simply with people who could not admit that they were not perfect. So the next time we think, well, God could never use me, I mean, please remember those examples in the past. Moses stuttered. Gideon was afraid. David failed terribly. Jonah ran away. Peter denied Jesus. The disciples fell asleep. Martha worried. Paul persecuted Christians. And Lazarus was dead. Apparently, God can work with anybody, even us. But today's gospel is also about this whole concept of authority. And Jesus completely changes what authority means. The word authority is related to the other word author. An author takes separate words and brings them into a unity with meaning. Jesus did the same with people. He authored them into their real sense of who they are. How? Not by domination, not by fear, not by titles, not from threats, but through loving relationship, through compassion, through forgiveness, through service till it hurts, love that knows no end. That's the real rock we're talking about when we say, you are Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church. He's talking about Petra, the word for the bedrock Christian community. The community where everybody belongs, where everyone is valued, where we are here for one another, where everyone is valued, especially the poor, the lonely, the wounded, the forgotten, the ones called, quote, quote, sinners. It's called the kingdom of God, not kingdom. We don't need any more kings and queens, right? Kingdom means we're all related. We're all kin. Jesus prayed in John 17:21 that all may be one. As you can see from previous homilies, my favorite quotation from John. But Christian leadership is never primarily about power over. It's about love with. Jesus led through relational power, the power to heal, to forgive, to include, to serve, washing feet power. And that, my friends, is the rock what Jesus talks about in building the church. We together, the family of God, serving one another, loving one another, becoming what Jesus dreamed the church would be. A community of love.